Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Wolverines will put boot to leather, and this will be the start of a new season. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense when you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return you do, and a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
The Wolverines are threatening on 1st and goal. Run in the red zone, it's Marshall. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's Underwood to throw. That pass is incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Looking to the end zone. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. So the opening drive of the game, and you spit it up. That's not the way to get things started.
Coaches are always preaching about not committing penalties and winning the turnover battle. So you're able to go on this first drive, and you're doing a couple positive things, and then turn it over, not the start this offense wanted.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Turning it on. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. They've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do for them?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Takes the easy one to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Wide open spaces. Past the 10. To the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. The sure hands, it's Marsh. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Handoff for Frazier. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Firing to the right, complete. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Sticks it in his belly. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And I know that wasn't a big game, but this offense needed that, man. That back-to-back picks on back-to-back possessions, they got to get something going, get some good mojo, get everybody believing again, and settle their quarterback down.
After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Underwood. Pocket breaking down. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And with the pick six. Touchdown, Georgia.
You simply cannot do better as a defense. They have shut them out. A goose egg on the scoreboard. You get a pick six right there to extend your lead right now. This defense is playing with their hair on fire. The offense has no answers. And if I'm this defense, I keep the pressure up. I'm keeping my starters in the game, and I'm just pouring it on.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Got room to work. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing, Underwood. Unloads to the right. And it's picked off for the 4th time today.
Well, you never even dream about this kind of start if you're a quarterback. That now his 4th interception in the first half, and he's just not been able to shake this. Bad decision-making. Fundamentally, he's just been off. This offense has never been able to find a rhythm, and I know this is a very talented player, but if you're the head coach at this point, you've got to consider benching this guy.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Pucks it out of the air. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Here's Nate Frazier, and he's wrestled to the ground.
4th down here, it's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
He got it. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Michigan offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Underwood to throw. It's complete to the right. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. He wants to change this route. Looks as if he's going to run it. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that, might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Sends it back in motion. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got his man on the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line. They give it to the freshman, his first carry. And he won't make it to the marker, stonewalled for the second straight play. Quarterback making checks. 4th down, Underwood. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Underwood. On the run, still looking. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And man, oh man, I just don't understand what we're trying to do offensively. Like, last possession was your 4th pick, and coming out, throwing again. They've got to find some way to settle this dude down or settle his behind on the bench and find somebody else that can make some plays.
Quarterback will keep it, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. They'll move the wide receiver. Underwood to throw for it on 4th. Working that left side now. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Leaves it with the running back. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. What a grab with one hand. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Trying to make magic on the scramble. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. He is brought down and sacked. That is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but we'll head to the locker room. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with TCU taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. And it's the Horned Frogs coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season.
Using his legs, it's Marshall. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Throwing, Underwood. Finds his man. It's Marshall. Still running at the 40. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
There used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to him and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
On the shuffle. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The give to the single back. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. Gets it to the back. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the 1st down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Wants to adjust the pattern. This is a designed run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's Underwood to throw. Working that wide receiver screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Gets the back moving. Now on the move. And he's not going to get the 1st down. Good stop there.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Wolverines! Great job by the back on the option. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming.
2-14 close. 2-14 close. Hey, kill. Kill. 674. Take off. 674. Take. Bridge.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Whips it out to the back. Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble.
Ball security is job security. You got to secure that football with 2 hands. I know it gets close and you want to reach it out, but you got to hang on to that football. Man, that's a missed opportunity on that 2-point conversion.
On the run from inside his own 5. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Motion from the back. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got him. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down. He finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the 1st.
And the Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Frazier.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll move the tight end. Back to pass on 2nd down. Moving out to the right. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their 1st pick of the game.
Well, great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Release to the back. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing it his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late, and as a result, it's an INT.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. From the red zone, it's Marshall. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes, continue to feed this man the ball.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. Got a paw on it near the goal line.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the disjointed start just looks sloppy when you get a false start. It's second and long. Back to pass. Makes the grab. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route. And coming from the slot receiver, they get the completion.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Hunt is on its way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Here's a heat. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
The Wolverines have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short. The bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Underwood. The short hands. It's Marshall. There he goes. Touchdown, Michigan. And here they come, almost all the way back. Looking for the two-point try. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. What a brain cramp. He just lost track of the play clock and gets hit with delay of game on a two-point conversion attempt. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll have a first down here. Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got a man. It's Taylor. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. There's a crease. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Coming out with it, it's Stewart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. They must get something here. Throwing, Underwood. Looking for a big play. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. They'll run this play from the pistol. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the 2nd half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Here's Underwood to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Buchanan. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got...
Breaks into the open. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Trying to make magic with his feet. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
This is why everybody grows grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Motion from the wide out. He might want another play. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And just some general sloppiness from the offense with a false start will back them up 5. It's 2nd and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Pulls it in. It's Buchanan. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They'll send the back in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall. And they'll knock him down.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Underwood rushes on him. Avoids the pressure and gets away. Going for 6. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the comeback is on. Big Blue with the answer.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the 2nd half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense calls a timeout. 2:07 remaining on the clock. Interesting strategy here to try to maximize their use of the 2-minute timeout. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Well, giving away 5 on the false start certainly doesn't help anything. 2nd and long coming up. Frazier again. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to let it go. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And what an inopportune moment to throw that INT. They're barely holding on to a lead here late in the game. And that's a situation, David, as a quarterback, where you've got to be so good with your decision-making and ball security. That mistake could really cost his team.
And this defense, that is just what they needed. Man, you're down late in the football game, and now you get a chance to give your offense the football to go possibly take the lead in this game. Great job by this defense when they needed it the most.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And here's the thing, the strategy. You want to run the ball because, yes, you want to score and you want to win, but you don't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for their offense to get another opportunity. So that's a bit of the gamesmanship going on right now, and I think you're seeing that with their offensive coordinator and his choice in play call.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing, Underwood. Under fire. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Couldn't quite make the connection, now staring at a 3rd down. To throw, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. A little release to the back. Turning it on. Lowers those pads.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole nine. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. Sends it back in motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wide receiver going in motion. They want to run this quarterback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Georgia using its final timeout here. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure.
7:76
Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The defense snuffed out any attempt to move forward on the last play, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Touchdown, Michigan! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
This is an impressive run by this squad, man. Getting down big and everything looking bleak, but to be able to believe in themselves, to play one play at a time, dig their way back. Palmer, they've come all the way back against a good team, and now they got the lead.
It's really been impressive, David. I think that was the question coming into this game. People wanted to know, are they for real, or are they just a bunch of front runners? They got down early, but they never quit. Their playmakers have stepped up. They've done what is necessary, and they've executed at a high level. And all of a sudden, down multiple touchdowns, here they are making a statement with the lead.
He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab. There he goes. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
Well, I know it's early in the drive, but we've got less than a minute to go here. We've got to be more aggressive. We've got to take some shots and put some pressure on the defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like in that last play.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Wolverines! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
These guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I could be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right. doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He'll start this drive going to the air. He's taking a deep shot. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Defense ends this game in style. Coming up with a turnover, and now they can just kneel it out. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one.
And you